Hey there, I am back with another deck review, and today we're going to be looking at Ramen Heads from Art of Play. This deck is designed by German-born Jannik Stegen and is as of now only available through Art of Play's mystery decks. If you saw my opening of the mystery decks a couple weeks ago, you know that this is one of the ones that I was most excited to get my hands on and was lucky enough to pull one for myself. And so very excited to check this one out. If you like what you see here, though, in order to get it, you're going to have to, for now, check out secondary markets or try your luck with Art of Play for yourself. But hopefully in the future, we'll see this one available on their site because I do think they did a great job with the deck. But all that said, let's break into it and check out this Japanese themed deck. All right, so starting with the tuck box, I'm going to assume, just based on the paper, the quality of the embossing, that these, like a lot of Art of Play decks, was done by Clove Street Press. Art of Play's worked with them on many occasions. This really does feel like their work. It's done on an unfinished matte stock here, this cream color. That's the main color of the stock. And then the inks on here, done with that matte finish, just gives it a very muted and yet vibrant look at the same time. Very cool, definitely inspired by the red rising sun emblem in the center of the Japanese flag. You get the red circle there with Mount Fuji on it in the middle, Ramen Heads playing cards, and then the radiating lines to give it kind of a great feel to the tuck overall. That pattern in the back and then the red and white block around the edges finish out what I think is a really clean, bold, modern style to the front of the tuck. On the side, you get AOP done there in a font that kind of has that feel of Japanese characters, and then with the three red lanterns there, same on the other side. No ad copy on the bottom, just the radiating lines kind of symbolizing the red sun. The top here, again, more the same. And then the back here, you get Noodles by Jannik Stegen. So a nice prominent call out to the artist. And then of course, a nice big bowl of ramen right there in the center. Finishes out with the turquoise colored seal here. Again, celebrating ramen with the flower. I guess it's a lotus flower or something there in the center. Cool look to that postage stamp style tuck seal. And as you open up, just simple black diamonds and then red diamonds on the inner flap. Nothing for the interior of the tuck. So very nice, clean feel to the tuck box overall. I really like the start here. Definitely has that sort of vintage vibe with the more muted colors, but I think done really well with the art style. But let's get into the cards. We'll start with the back design. All right, so here it is. So it is obviously a very prominent one-way back design, and it's kind of like a shrine to the ramen noodles. So you get the classic bowl there in the center, piled high with ramen, the flower there in the background, and then the radiating lines, the leaves in the corner. Nice look to it overall. And again, I really like the sort of vintage color palette that's used here. The pale colors, the off-white instead of the pure white kind of gives it that faded look to it overall. Only complaint, of course, is going to be that one-way back design. I think it really easily could have been modified to, mirror the ramen on both sides and turn it into a two-way back design. Wouldn't have taken too much of a change on this one. So really wish they'd done that. But overall, still a fun look to it. Finishes out with that thin cream-colored poker border around the edges. And then turning to the cards themselves, pair of jokers, and this is where the artwork really starts to get to be a lot of fun. You get the dragon curled up on there, of course, consuming his own pair of bowls of ramen. So one of them done in blue with red accents. You got the chopsticks and the ramen there, and then the other one sort of inverts the colors. So you get a red dragon with blue accents, and then the joker in the corner, that Japanese character style, inspired font, I guess I would say. So very cool look to those jokers. Love the kind of playful nature of them. A couple of extras, I'll call them ad cards here. You get the Ramen Heads designed by Jannik Stegen and presented by Art of Play there with that turquoise and black. And this one, interestingly, has a modified version of the back design on it instead. So it has the blue and black kind of more monochrome feeling back design as opposed to the more colorful standard back design. And then you get a menu card, kind of a fun list of a bunch of different types of ramen here. Oddly enough, left off my favorite type of ramen, tonkatsu ramen, isn't mentioned in the menu, but kind of a cool run through several different types of ramen there on the menu card. So fun little extra card there as well. All right, so the only power ace is going to be the ace of spades, and here's that one. So the large spade pip in the middle, that just very simply has, again, in that kind of very clean modern art style, a scene once again celebrating, of course, the bowl of ramen there in the center. You get Mount Fuji in the background, the cherry blossoms sprinkling over the top. Again, just sort of a fun, vibrant feel to it overall. Really like the Ace of Spades. Very clean, very simple, but a lot of fun. And then Ramen Head's playing card at the bottom. Pip and Index, kind of a classic style pip. And then again, kind of going after the Japanese inspired font here. This one kind of looking like a Shinto gate or something like that for the A. There's your Ace of Spades. The number cards, the pips on these, all relatively standard. These are very, very similar to your classic bicycle pips. Maybe a slightly dark gray, I guess. Doesn't look quite as deep of a black on these. Again, kind of fitting in with that faded vibe. And then you can see the custom font on the indices in the corner. As you get to the red cards, you get a slightly different color on these. These are almost a little bit, I don't know, pinkish, maybe even a little bit of orange in them as instead of that classic crimson color. But pretty standard layout and style to the pips overall, just that slight customization on the font in the corner for the index. So there's your clubs, and then into the hearts. So there's your number cards. Nothing too special there. And then we get to the court cards, and this, to me, the best part of the deck. I think they knocked it out of the park with the courts. So all the courts feature sort of stereotypical Japanese characters of different sorts, and of course, all of them in keeping with the theme are going to be consuming ramen. So starting with the Jack of Spades, you get the lucky cat there with that kind of angry look on his face. Love that tile background, just really lends itself well overall. You get the anime girl on the Queen of Spades, another fun one. That blue just really, really pops. Love when you get more blue on some of the cards. Godzilla with the sun in the background on the King of Spades, another really cool addition on this one. And then as you go to the diamonds, now the background kind of switches out for this cloud one. So you get the crane, there's a geisha hiding behind her fan there, very cool. And then of course we've got the samurai, his noodles even draped over his samurai sword, very cool. And then turning into the clubs, now we get the bamboo background. I really like that background, probably my favorite of them. And then the tiger on the King of Clubs. There's another one wearing the mask on the Queen of Clubs, and I guess a deer maybe on the Jack of Clubs. Not really sure what that's intended to be. And then finally we get to the hearts. Now we get this bright red background, and probably my favorite trio of cards here, including my favorite card here, the Jack of Hearts with the Japanese robot on it. Love the look of that one. It kind of has that retro future vibe to it that I really like. And there's your Queen of Hearts with her delicate chopstick of filled with ramen noodles, and the sumo wrestler on the King of Hearts, of course, consuming them as fast as he can. Really, really fun look to the court cards. I think that, to me, the best part of the deck overall. As far as handling, Dan and Dave from Art of Play, they always use this, they call it their proprietary super crush stock. So it's a very, very thin stock from USPCC. Makes it really nice and soft feel to it overall, more so than most bicycle decks. And really nice handling on these. So you're not gonna have any complaints on that front. Dan and Dave come from a cardistry background, and so handling is always going to be one of those things that they put a lot of effort into. And these hold up in that regard for sure. So overall, really fun deck. I think if they had switched this to be a two-way back design, would have been a nearly perfect deck for me. Just a lot of fun to go through. Bright colors in this, great vibe with that vintage feel, and a fantastic tuck box for it as well. Overall, really love the deck, really glad to have picked it up, and love the chance to get to open it up and explore the deck for myself, and hope you guys enjoyed as well. But anyway, that's it for now. Make sure to subscribe for more deck reviews, more unboxings, and let me know what else it is that you want to see. And for now, I'll see you for the next one.